especially collaborations that put us ahead of other nations who may not already be thinking of this. By doing this, we're coming at par with countries like France, with countries like even Estonia. So if you're thinking, oh, France is too developed, Estonia, for example, a former, Russian enclave, thinks that this is important for citizens, then surely Nigeria should be thinking that this is very important for citizens. So thank you very much for recognizing the powerful office of the citizen. Thank you very much.
It's become a very, very rich background. And to introduce certain words here today, ubiquitous technology. So those who were thinking, because some of us are from Asian school, but the people that still have this feeling about this bill, about the invasion of people's rights, this is the whole way of doing things, why should we change? Now we know that we're living in a global environment. She went down memory lane, we invite us that we didn't take part in the industrial revolution and other revolutions, but now, with the ICT revolution, we have to be part of it. Thank you very much, Dr. Oli, for reminding us. Let's hear from
Democracies already show us that you don't necessarily have to violate the rights of citizens because of national security. There is a balancing that normally happens, and it's best done through laws, and that's exactly what this bill proposes to do. And that's why I am very much pleased with the work that this committee has done, especially the person who has sponsored the bill, Honorable Ujam. It's a fantastic thing to immediately begin to think of ensuring that the rights of citizens offline are also respected online, and that we would use knowledge of best practices that we see around the world as a basis for safeguarding those rights in ways that they don't injure the rights of others or in any way infringe on the national security of the state. But we must be careful that we don't keep saying national security and use it as an excuse to infringe on the rights of our citizens. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which we enshrined in our own 1999 Constitution, Chapter 4, emphasizes the fact that rights are inalienable, rights are indivisible, and so whether I am in cyberspace or I'm here on earth terrestrial, I am entitled to my rights, and that's what this bill sort of does. And because the internet is now the way of life, 21st century world is without the possibility of being offline all the time. So when I'm online, don't deprive me of my rights. Online means that I have access to a vast amount of knowledge. Online means that I have access to cheaper services, cheaper products, and then online means that the knowledge that I have empowers me as a citizen. Online means that I can access information from my government and make demands on my government. Online means that I can build a community of people who together with me can stand as citizens that monitor the activities of whether it's businesses or governments, and therefore demand accountability. Online means that there is much more transparency in the way that things are conducted in governance. And so whichever way you cut it, 2016 and going forward is Africa's century. So if this century is going to be claimed by Africans, it must be claimed by the Nigerian citizen as an individual and then as a collective, because of the tools of technology that our Digital Rights and Freedom Bill has basically proposed that they should be guaranteed. And I think that this is good, very good.
Sullivan, I want you to explain more on this situation where Nigeria is passing through a trying time in the northeast. In such scenario, where the Boko Haram is using the internet to educate their members or to reach out to their members, do they still have the right or be protected under this law?
Of course not. I mean, what this law envisages is that whatever is a crime offline is a crime online. So you can if you murder people, that's a crime offline, right? It's a crime online to murder people. Hate speeches, libelous messages, and slander and all kinds of other things, any kind of crime. Of course, most of this has been covered under the cybercrime law. But this also looks at some elements in the rights that have not been fully covered, and it's attempting to bridge that lacuna. So to even sort of worry about those who would use rights inappropriately as a basis to deprive every other person of rights, that's not the way democracies run. So what we must do is that we must consistently remember that the best must not be allowed to be the enemy of the good. We need to strike the delicate balancing, and we need to do the trade-offs in the kind of way that right and responsibility go on tracks that are complementary. Thank you. Thank you.
Question to the Honorable.
First of all, don't put me on a collision path with the security agencies. But the thing is, we're looking at, it's one of the motivating factors behind sponsoring this bill. When you see the way data is gathered, we're asking for that data to be gathered in a responsible manner. And let people who are gathering the data know that, look, this is being done. And that's the premise around lawful intercept. There are laws that govern everything, and I believe that the online presence should be governed appropriately.
Thank you, sir.